It is good to be here, everyone. I do have a Netflix special, so check that out if you can. It's on right now for another few months. It's called Take Note. And if you don't have Netflix, see me after the show. I'll give you my password. Is what it takes a village to watch Stranger Things. We live in a new era, man. It's dope. It's good to have that. You know, you go straight to the people, right? So new people are finding me. If you like this, you'll like that. It's great. They're like Netflix is connecting me to new people, but you take the good and the bad, because now everybody has to have their opinion. Most people are great, but you get that 5% crazy people that want to tell you how they feel. And I'm not delicate, I don't need you to like me. But at the same time, if you don't like me, I don't need you to tell me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't ask you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just weird. Like, who are these people? Like, one girl emailed me out of the blue, right? Emailed me. And she was like, excuse me, she was like, your special was I. Just a lot of I's, you know what I mean? Just a lot of I's. Your special was I, but you had a hair out of place, and it was distracting. And I'm like, what can I do about that now, one? And two, how did I jump to the top of your things to do list, is what I'm wondering. Like you're enjoying the show right now, but you got things to do, right? You got family members to call, you got shit at work to do. Like, there's 100 things that you have to do right now that you know you got to get done. So how did I jump to the top of her list? And the thing is, this is only acceptable online. Like, in real life, you'd be a crazy person to give a complete stranger feedback that they didn't ask for, right? Like, can you imagine you're on the bus, you're just chilling on the bus, you see somebody walk by, you're like, stop the bus! You ring the bus, you jump off, you chase them down for like 5 blocks, right? You finally catch up to him, like, oh shit, man. I've been chasing you for like 5 blocks. Oh my God. Whew. What happened? Did I drop my wallet? No. I don't like your shirt. Yeah. Don't wear that shirt again. All right. And the problem is, I'm doing this. All of us, we're performing in the wrong time. Like, the 80s, that was the time to be performing. Yeah, the 80s. That was it. You know why? Because you could be big, but you had that separation. Like, say you hated Lionel Richie in the 80s. Like, you're a crazy person, and you didn't like Lionel Richie, right? You had no way of telling Lionel Richie that you hated him. You just had to eat that. That was your problem. That was your problem. You couldn't just call Lionel Richie and be like, hello? Like, you couldn't do that. That was not one of the options. In fact, the only way you could tell Lionel Richie that you hated him in the 80s, the only way was to buy a ticket to a Lionel Richie show. Right? And there was no internet. You didn't know where he was going to be. You couldn't just look it up. You had to listen to the radio station that played Lionel Richie. And every time they play, you're like, oh God, just tell me where the concert is. Oh God, just tell me where the concert is. And yes, you had to get a good seat. Right? First 10 rows so he could hear you scream, I hate you, right? You had to drop some serious 80s money, about 23 bucks, right? So you got there early, you were stretching, you couldn't wait. You're like, when he comes out, I'm screaming, I hate you, Lionel Richie, and he'll know I'm gonna mess up the whole show, watch. But then when Lionel came out, he went right into some Commodore songs. You forgot he was with the Commodores. Yeah. And you're like, well, some of the Commodore shit was actually pretty good, though. So, I'll wait till after the Commodore stuff. Then I'll scream, I hate you, Lionel Richie. Then he did the song with Kenny Rogers. You're like, well, that one was pretty cool. I like that one, too. Then he sang We Are the World. You're like, oh, that's right, that's right. About an hour and a half into the show, you were like, I think I love Lionel Richie. Actually, is what You know the problem with the internet? I figured it out. I know it's kind of crazy. I figured out the whole problem with the whole thing is that you can't get kicked off. As a society, the only power we have is we can kick you out of things. We can send you away, send you to jail. We can kick you out of this room tonight. We can kick you out. It's the only power. Internet, you do whatever you want, come back, do it again next day. That's the same problem with homeless people. That's why you can't ever tell a homeless person what to do. Because they're already outside. You understand? You can't kick them more outside. Like, how do you threaten them? Like, what do you say, right? Hey, you keep acting up, I'm gonna get you an apartment. I swear to God, say, I'll pay your first and last month rent right now. Play games. Last time I was down here in Hermosa Beach, I almost had a fight, me and my buddy. Well, he almost had a fight, but because I was my man, I almost had a fight. Him and this guy, they were drunk, and they got into it, you know. Luckily, I stepped in. I was like, nah, this is not happening. I stepped in. I said, no. I shut it all down. And the guys who wanted to fight us, they said they stopped because I was crying or whatever. It turns out the snot bubble is the great peacemaker, is what Fellas, if it's going down, swallow your pride, let the tears flow. Nobody's punching the guy with a snot bubble, trust me. Game over. And it's just that I haven't had a fight in a long time. Like, I haven't had a fight since junior high school, you know? Now, when I say that, I can feel some of you guys want to test me, but ease up. I must warn you, okay? I do Taekwondo, and I do a little boxing. Well, actually, I don't do Taekwondo or boxing. I do Taibo, but you know what I'm saying? I do, which probably won't help me unless you put your head right here. Then it's on. It's on. And the crazy thing is, for a man, like, some of you don't fight, and I think that's cool, but if you don't fight, how do you know if you can fight? That's what's scary for me. Like, what? You can't always talk your way out of it. And you're the man. It's your job, right? What if it's go time? That's scary. What if I have to fight? Like, what if some dude just slaps my mother right in front of my face? Just slaps my mother. Bow! I gotta fight that dude, right? I gotta fight that dude. I mean, after I talk to my mom, find out what she said, you know what I'm saying? Ma, what'd you say to this guy before I go over there? Okay. But what was your tone? Do you have a little tone? You know how you get sometimes. Because it's scary, though. Like, every guy in here, if you don't fight, like me, I seriously haven't had a fight in many, many years, and I'm about to fight some guy who fights every weekend. That's scary. So here's my strategy. I don't want to fight you, but if I have to fight, I got to have a plan, right? So if it's got to go down, man, woman, or child, here's what I'm going to do. If I got to fight you, I'm going to punch you in the throat. Like, that's my move. That's my move. Because the throat is not made for punching. Like, as a society, we've agreed not to punch each other in the throat. Facts, right? Look, watch MMA or boxing. Headgear, this is protected. There's never a throat protector. Yeah, because it's like the other guys going, hey, man, you're not going to punch me in the throat, are you? I mean, we're people, right? But I'm from Brooklyn. I don't play fair. Bow, right in your throat. And let me explain something. When you punch someone in the throat, it's a beautiful thing. You know why? Because it becomes their own personal 9/11 when you punch them in the throat. It does. Let me explain why. Their own 9/11. Because they'll never forgive you, and they'll never forget where they were when you punched them in the throat. I can tell none of you been punched in the throat. That's okay. When you get punched in the throat, your life changes. You understand? The second you get punched in the throat, your life is split up into two categories. Pre-throat punch and post-throat punch. And that becomes a reference point for everything else. I give you a challenge. Find someone who's like legitimately been punched in the throat, and then ask him any question. You'll see. Just ask him anything. It's like, hey man, when year did your brother go into the Navy again? When year did Bobby go into the Navy? Well, I got punched in the throat in '06. So it had to be that next summer. It had to be '07. Because I got punched in the throat in '06. Matter of fact, that's right, it was '07, because I remember when we dropped him off, I said, okay now, Bobby, you take care of yourself.